I'm here to present a motion on Obala Oring to establishment of National Software Development Hub at the University of Botswana to develop government-wide open source ERP systems. Madam Speaker, in this country, we face a paradox. Every year we export millions of pula to Silicon Valley, South Africa, India, Europe, to pay for software licenses. Simultaneously, we have thousands of brilliant young Botswana graduates from the University of Botswana and other local institutions, and who are unemployed or underemployed. This motion is not just about software, it is about the belief in our own people. It is about stopping capital flight of license fees and turning that money into salaries for our sons and daughters. We are asking the government to establish a National Software Development Hub at UB to build our own government ERP systems. We have the talent, we have the need. It is time now that we have, or we had, the political will. Madam Speaker, there is a myth that we are incompetent, that we are not talented, we are not capable. That is why we import almost all our softwares, including ERP systems. If you could ask these government departments or these vulnerable UB, how much are they paying per year in license fees to Oracle or other ERP software developers, you would be surprised. We are paying over 100 million per year in this country for softwares that we can develop in this country. So we have an untapped reservoir of talents in this country. I am a graduate of University of Botswana. I graduated in 2004. And before I graduated, there were others who graduated before me. And all of these people were brilliant young minds. I got first class in UB, computer science. But I never got to use my expertise in my field. Because Botswana, so what we do is we just support in IT. Software is bought from overseas, and you come to become a support engineer. So what I'm saying is that UB has been churning out computer science, information systems, and data science graduates for decades. These students are winning hackathons and coding competitions. Currently, we train them, and then we tell them they aren't good enough to build our own systems, hiring expensive foreign consultants instead. In any aeroplane that comes to Botswana, there is an IT expert, some younger than me, who is coming from India to go maybe to BRS, or who is coming from South Africa to go to any other organization in Botswana to go and help them with a system that was procured from that institution or that country. The hub model, by centralizing this talent at UB, we want to create a center of excellence. We aren't asking a random department to build this. We are asking to assemble an elite team of our best local developers, overseen by senior academic and industry experts. Those who went with me to China will tell you that we were at a university called Jintao Beijing University. That university is a center of excellence for railways and trains. They teach all courses to do with building bridges, tunneling, everything that has to do with with railways. So we want something like that at UB. A developer in California does not the other one is contextual intelligence. A developer in California does not understand Botswana's Public Procurement Act or specific tax laws. A Botswana developer does. So local talent build better software for us because they live in our reality. If you look at the problems that we are suffering in most of the systems that we have, it's because when they were developed, especially proprietary systems, you just buy them off the shelf. They are not really developed for your needs. So you find that system because they are not done by people who understood what they were talking about. The other thing, the biggest thing that we are looking at in this time when we are, the country does not have money, is to look at the economic case. We want to eliminate license fees because license fees are not cheap. The reason why all these companies, Microsoft, Oracle, are huge companies with a lot of money is because of license fees. When they sell you the ERP, every year you have to pay a license. So that is what we want. We want now to have, these companies, they charge exorbitant annual license fees. Even if the software is idle, we pay. So we want to develop open source software that is free. We pay only for the talent to customize it and maintain it. And also we want wealth circulation. When we pay a foreign vendor 50 million pula to use their ERP, that money lives Botswana forever. You never see it. When you pay Botswana 15 million pula, or you pay the National Software Development Hub 50 million pula, that money goes into salaries for Botswana developers who spend it in local rent, local food, local services, and it circulates in our economy. I normally give people examples when I'm in my constituency. Economy berekaya. Ha Honorable Kapinga ang kolota 100 pula. Naki kolota Honorable Monageng. Kung ke tsere di biri ke be ke sa duele ko millennium. Monageng a kolota Honorable yo mongwe. Ha ke duela Kapinga o duela Monageng. Monageng a ba duela a ke itse maina lona ma minister. Aba duela Likao ba ntuela. That 100 pula that I put to Honorable Kapinga has paid all the debts that are around and come back to me. So 100 pula clearly the koloto tsot. Ha ke duela mo Zimbabwe 100 pula kana mo South Africa 100 pula. Aba ya ko ka madi ko South Africa. Gorare batho ba sala ba ntse re kolota. So we want to develop software in Botswana and pay companies in Botswana so that companies in Botswana would pay experts in Botswana and experts in Botswana would maintain the money in the country. Ha Motswana hu ma ba gaetso. O simolana na le polase jaaka Honorable Motsamayana le polase tse pedi ya. O simolana na le o reka cruiser. O bula bara, o aga lodge. So the money is invested locally. So one of the reasons why our country didn't develop, every year development budget, most of the money goes outside the country. So I'm coming here to you, honorable members, with this motion. Our kids are there. They are talented, very excellent, very brilliant, top students. Some went to the best universities in the world. A lot of students went to MIT. Haswa ka gota bereka ko DIT ile motho ela o ta bantsa le tso gotinya mouse ga o bereka tsena ka itela mouse o so motso go tsentse memory stick me ana le dithuto tse di kaloka. So we want those people now to do the work that they were trained for, and that is all we ask. So one might ask, why the University of Botswana? The University of Botswana has existing infrastructure. UB already possesses high performance computing facilities, servers, infrastructure, and labs. We don't need to build a building. We just need to find a team. Actually, Honorable go and see Dr. Masiza Anako UB. She has a proposal for this software development hub that she has put on her desk. She has tried to reach out to the former government through the office of the Vice Chancellor. And in clarification.
Clarification, Honorable Lekau.
Thank you very much. Negere kare ke go botse hela gore go ha we lebeletse a ora gore inne maikarabelo hela a puso kana go gwethe gore le di company tse di ikemetseng di invest thata mo go be maranyane ya mo dikolong la high university here gore di kgone go sponsora bana ba ba developang such softwares. Thank you.
Honorable Lekau, I hear you and I understand you, but for this motion, ke batla gore re ne la re simolelante. Ha ke re ha gona le hub yone ntse ya ko University of Botswana. Bata ba dirisa bana ba sekwele le ma lecture. So bana ba they gain experience when they are there to develop these systems. When they graduate, they can go and start their own systems, or they can go and work in companies then already dira maranyane. So we will be nurturing talent. Go on. Mo gongwe ne kere if we use University of Botswana, we create a pipeline from the classroom to the workforce. Students can, in turn, at the hub, gain real-world government experience before they even graduate. So if the students ba bereka ka matsogo a bone ba dira systems tse di a bereka mo industry, they are really actually learning. Instead ya gore ba bontshwa di slide di hela go tenya how bua ka blockchain technologies what we're talking about, they will actually be doing the work. Sustainability. Universities are institutions of longevity. Placing the hub here ensures it isn't a subject to the volatility of private sector startups. Universities, they developed around universities. If you take MIT, for example, a lot of these brilliant young chaps that the systems, they are from universities. If you look at even...
Clarification, sir.
Clarification, Honorable Minister.
Clarification, Honorable Mike.
Ga ke batla go senyetsa flow sa. Dipotso tsene ke di ipotsa because university ke ya me batho system e buang ka yone ke a ga re tshere. Kgang ya me tona ne ile gore ke take find out gore why you be, but I think you have answered that one. And then the second one ke batla gore o inkarabe ke the cost. Ke batla go tsamaela mo goreng in order for us to do this. Ka gore wena o moitsana po wa dikgantsonetse. The cost estimated would be this. Ke yone ke na le interested thata gore ha ntse o tsamaya o e arabe ke tsa gore go ka hele gore go pele ha iso e arabe mme ke kopa gore le ona o inkarabe. But I'm following very, very, very eagerly. Thank you, sir.
No, retabua ka cost ana go ntse e tsamaya. But hela, this is not a billion pula that we need up front. We like I said, we have the team go UB. But tembo Dr. Masizana, but tembo Dr. Babanti, even professors, they are there. They have actually developed systems even now. If you go to Bokra, but when I software system already developed computer science, we are UB, go Bokra. So we should not fear already we are spending money. We just want to divert the money that we are sending outside the country. Sustainability, universities are institutions of longevity. Placing the hub here ensures it isn't subject to the volatility of private sector startups. All those professors, they supervise graduate students. And then they have actual projects that they do. University. Now we should be able to do that. There are new technologies that come in, we want to implement them. We go to universities and give a research fund to the university. The other one is digital sovereignty and security, owning the code. The ERP systems that we use, when our record system, your data, but they remain with the code. It doesn't matter whether we spend 100 million or 20 million. The code is the proprietary company. So when we use closed source proprietary software, we are putting government data into a black box we cannot see inside. We rely on the vendor to fix bugs or security holes. With an open source system developed locally, we own the source code. We can audit it for security, and you can fix it immediately without waiting for support for or waiting for a support ticket to be answered in Europe. So software highly owner code. We just but one of the reasons that we gave EVM software. We know what is in the code. The other one is agility. If government changes a policy next week, we can update our local software immediately. But with proprietary systems such as such changes often require expensive change requests, and that take months. If you have worked in the IT industry or in the software development industry, why is how about the software? Even if it's not a proprietary software, it's software you develop along when. Or the software development cycle, you come, you do a requirements analysis, then you agree with the developer. This is what I want. Kibata system ya lekgetho, kibata system ya matimela. Ebe ba develop. Later, you have now to put in a change request, and we get charged for that. So most companies, they are caught in that loop. I used to work for a company called TCI that provided spectrum monitoring systems, Kobokra. I know what I'm talking about. I know what ASMS. No, this is new. This is not a bug. This is a new requirement. Then you have to fill in the form of new requirement. Then they bill you for the hours that they put in. So all we want, Honorable Minister, let's source our systems locally. And the other idea that we could do, the ERP. Now let's look at all the systems that we are using as a government. How much money are we using as a government to buy softwares? I know budget digitization was 2 billion, Honorable Sir. How much of that 2 billion is going to be spent locally? India, but how much of the talent are we going to pay for using the money? 2 billion. But kind of software, honorable members, how also design a tank ya masole? Can I design you are paying for talent, you are paying for the mind. So it is not it's not supposed to be very expensive. Now I don't understand why we would pay 200 million for software when we can get young people, develop a company, we'll pay you a stipend, we'll pay you rent, we'll give you internet, we'll give you an office, develop as a software. We are going to pay you something and pay you license fees. You are going to get excellent systems. Transport. But if you take 5 students from BUST or from UB or from any other institution technology, and you give them 3 years or even 6 months, because right now with the advent of AI, 6 months is enough for you to develop code. So, but what do? We create. No. Okay. Yes.
Clarification, Honorable Kuta.
Honorable MP, ke re tota ke na le wena mo kganyong se ntse se bua gone ho gore re hala re entangle ourselves mo di software tse di tswang konte e ka wela mo teng ga kganya CTO mo projecting yengwe ya automation ya di petrol gompienana ga gona gore ba ka tswa mo teng ga tsamaiso yo ya company ya India mo leng gore se se buang ora gore ha e dirwa mo Botswana e tame e le mo Botswana madi hala mo Botswana go dira bana ba Batswana. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable MP. That is very true. We spend our money outside the country, and we don't own the things that you buy. Software software, the type I developer owns the software. We never going to about copyright. Just go to any website in the country. Copyright 𝐷𝐿, merely website, there are any other organization, because the software code belongs to that country.
Clarification.
Clarification, Honorable.
Raleboga, Madam Speaker, Honorable, o tla le yone sentle hela thata. A kere mme o rela gore ha e developilwe mo Botswana e ka khona gore le mahatsa mangwe ba khona go e reka e sa nne hela mo Botswana. Mme bile ka go utwang ka teng o mo motlhaleng wa gore ba e Botswana, o mo motlhaleng wa gore a le rona le Batswana go nne le sengwe se go tenya se dirilwe mo Botswana ga se tsoko ntle hela jaaka mme bile o rela gore jaaka bo Bill Gates yana le bona ba simolotsa hela ebile ga se batho ba rutegileng bana le bo PhD jang mme bona re ba dirileng bo Bill Gates a go o raela yalo honorable.
Ke a leboga honorable ke ra hela yalo ngonne software I developed mo Botswana re ka e rekisetsa konte. So if we develop our own ERP systems, Look at how big Oracle is. It's a $500 billion company. Even the company that the Fortune 500. It's listed in all the major stock exchanges. Me, when I do software, we develop a team about Basekai. So what I'm trying to say, can I give you and I say, if one, we're going to have a lot of brilliant minds. Develop the software. How about so? Look at TikTok. TikTok wasn't there 5 years ago. But right now, what do you do? If you have this software, you now look for investors. You look for people who can say, no, this software, I see potential in it, and I will fund it. And then, so, software development, huge startups. Kurela challenger na lo ne gore motho tsantsa ra aje kgodi le kgwedi ya na ona ngwaga o thori ke developer system mme go sena se se tsena mo pateng ya gago go ra re wa heletsa o togela. I've met a lot of young people who started projects, me included, but we gave it up along the way because we could not sustain ourselves without any income coming in. So that's why kere ha ele habo re itse gore nya ke ba bereki ba UB, they are being paid by UB. So when you are going to pay for the software I deal, all they will need, let's go and look at their proposal, Honorable Maele. Go to UB, go to see Dr. Masizana computer science, proposal Honorable 𝐒𝐕𝐄𝐑𝐄. How can you fund this? How much money do you need? What resources do they need? Like I said, there is a high performance server UB. So some of the things they have, the students are there. They can go through this. So all they need is to be given ERP. The reason why they did that proposal, Honorable MPs, you be Oracle, 50 million. They had to pay 50 million for software. And if you can look at that software, it's not even a beautiful software. Software, how we live like ERP, system, ke one le gore dituelo tsa lona tsa ba bereki di mo teng ha go budget wa sengwe se se mo teng. That's why go te it's an enterprise resource planning software. Everything that you do in that organization is run through that system. But like I said, we are capable, we have talent, we have students who went to the best universities in the country. I know a young man who is at Trobi University. He graduated with an award Australian Computer Society, 2008. He's here. He's not using his brilliant mind. Merit, junior, 48 points senior. So he has a brilliant mind already. When he came, he worked for the son. What was he doing? On our support, the software. But if you want to tell me that if you had given this young man an office and a laptop and a scope, we want a system like this. You go to Depson and ask them, software yabone, ya di permit, ya la gore ke tese mama go rapa buy regular guy. If they didn't buy it locally, they bought it from some company in South Africa, and every year they are paying for a retainer. They are paying if there are any bugs because after defect liability period, how liability defect you have to pay for it. So what I'm begging you or asking you, honorable members, let's believe in ourselves. Let's believe in ourselves. Let's believe that we can do it. And this should not only be software. Let's now look at any ministry, any organization that you are running. Organization, for example. How much budget are you given? Why is BDF not producing guns? When we went to China Railway Company, was in Lanta in a sword, never build a poro for war. But now they're multi-billion dollar company because Ronar Reka go for 70 years, 50 years, 40 years, 30 years BDF thing. Little room little roka naba tela wa researcher. Wa bona gore mile room li dirwa kae. Wa le itirela. Again, so let's try to look in our country. What are we? What can we we go to universities and as civil engineers, we rebata samente se dirilwe mo Botswana. Se le gore se dirilwe gore se kgone go bereka mo industry ya Botswana. Go there, talk to them, give them the money. They'll come up with a product for you. Right now, as we speak, B3 has more than 5 systems that are ready for market. Researches. They just need a political will. Go bona gore di systems tsone tseo kana di products tsone tseo di ka yang ko marketing, and we cannot build this country ha ile re taipela rona do tsa rona re reka ko ntehela re sa itirele mo botswana. We will never go anywhere. If you go to China, for example, there's a company in Rile ko yone called Noriko or something like that. That company it's an international company. Go China get the head office here. Business is outside the country. So why can't as Botswana learn? Very level the companies are not more Botswana. When I see that you are doing very well in this industry, I want you to go outside the country. I want to find you who invest. But I'm going back to software. Let me go back to software. Let me go back to software hub. To conclude this motion, I declare with confidence that we have developers of world class in this country. We have young people who are brilliant in this country. Just go look at a list of Banaba graduates. Graduate first class, go UB. Almost first class. First class can go to a GPA 4.4 and above. Honorable Boka, first class. Okay, we choose. Let's have confidence in our economy. Let's choose to invest salaries, not licenses. Let's invest in salaries. Let's have confidence in our future. Let's choose to own our digital infrastructure. Digitization. Let's Botswana do the digitization. Because American government can decide. And then what do? They tell American companies that and what happens? Then your software or they don't renew the license. Then what do? As a sovereign country, we should protect our data. Data is very, very important. That's why we are opening a data center. For now, let's invest. But you had a dream, Honorable Sir. Let our data be in the country. South Africa. Internet South Africa. Access. We can do this by starting with this software development hub. Then when it works, we take it now and replicate it across the economy. And eventually, we would produce almost everything that we are consuming in this country. And great countries have been built by their own people. Successfully. If you look at Japan, our Samsungs, our Toyotas, they started there. And Japan population they are looking at the global market. So if we develop a good software hub, we are going to see this country grow. And it can only grow, like I said, if our budget is spent locally. And we can do it. I can do it. You can do it, sir. You can do it, Honorable Jacobs. In any sphere, because I agree we are multi-talented here. So let's give our talent the platform they deserve. I beg to move, Honorable Madam Speaker.
Honorable members.